allowing the federal government to draft the police officers of the 50 states into a service would increase the federal government far beyond what the Constitution intended, and this would affect the checks and balances that we would find under dual sovereignty of federalism, which is rarely taught these days. And just to go back to what he was saying, the citizens would have two political capacities, one state and one federal, each protected by the incursion of the other. So when states, similarly in the desegregation of the South, they were in the wrong because they were conflicting with civil rights, and so the federal government was in the right of coming forward and intervening. But similarly in this case, where the federal government is in the wrong in stripping the rights that are expressly written in the constitutions, the people in the states do have a right to intervene, as well as the county under home rule. And to look at the Oregon State Constitution and the text that kind of does support dual sovereignty is the very beginning, the preamble of our own state constitution, which states, all powers inherent in the people and all free governments are founded on their authority and instituted for their peace, safety, and happiness, and they have at all times the right to alter, reform, or abolish the government in such manners as they think proper. Now, this is not language that would be put in by our drafters of our state constitution, who believe that at any time the federal governments were infringing upon their rights, that they couldn't do anything about it. This was very, they were saying that we do have the right, if our powers are ever infringed and our due process is ever infringed, or any other constitutional right. The other part of the state constitution is Article 15, Section 3. And I believe you guys said this right here, because you are one of the elected officers. It says any elected officer affirm that they will defend civil rights secured by the constitutions of the United States and the state, and this is what we're asking you to do. The resolution, so, what do we do? The protected procedures. Well, using the county home rule and your oath of office, which is required by the state law, which we would be amplifying with an ordinance or a resolution. It says what we could do is, under the authority of the Commissioner's oath of office and county home rule, they could enact a meaningful resolution or an ordinance that protects the constitutionally guaranteed rights of persons in Lane County against the uses of Sections 1021 and 1022 of the NDAA. And some of these procedures could include, but not limited to, forced reporting of violations by county officials or people, citizens, or residents. It could also include non-compliance of people working in Lane County or from the people, and it could even include prosecution of these violators. So I do appreciate the time of letting us speak, and I hope something meaningful and effective can come from this.